And then they had a pool on the third.
Stand please. I pledge allegiance to
The flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks everyone for coming tonight, participating in your city government. I have just a few, are we having the post, are we having it? Okay, good, I haven't skipped anything. I'd like to take just a minute in my report to mention the passing of Ronnie Pat Van Houten, who passed away Saturday. And I've only known Ronnie for several years, 45 years maybe. So I'm going to ask Dave in a minute, Dave Fairwood, to add some things to this, but Ronnie was an integral part of the Herman community and the Herman city government for many, many years. He served as alderman, he served as interim mayor, he was an EMT for the community, he was a P&Z commissioner, and probably served on other committees and commissions I don't know about. He was in many other volunteer organizations, and he served wherever and whenever he was asked. I've asked him to do some things, and he never said no. Even when it wasn't physically the best thing, it may have not been the easiest thing, but if we needed him, he was here. And so I'm very, very sorry with the news that he has passed away. He was sick for some time. I'm going to ask Dave. Dave, could you add to that?
Yes, Ronnie served on our Board of Adjustment. He was on one of the original members of our Utility Advisory Board. He was on HRED, Herman Regional Economic Development. He was also a member of Police Auxiliary, and I'm sure he was actually on some things we don't even know about. Sorry to see him go. He was a good friend to me and an awfully good friend to our community.
He also implemented the flag ceremony.
Well, the flag ceremony for veterans, yes, he was instrumental in that, and the veterans are very grateful for that.
He was definitely dedicated to our community. Very good example for all of us to follow.
Okay. And I think there'll be some announcements on the rest of the funeral and the other things coming up. So, anyway, I briefly stated this in my newspaper ad. I want to get into this just a little bit more. The city in the past, going way back, and you can see all the pictures here, the mayor's going way back, has been a good steward for the taxpayers' money. We haven't wasted it. Very few times have we invested large sums of money and had to retract and say we were sorry. Long ago, we decided that we'd invest in our utilities, and it's been a good investment to own our own utility. The way we've done this, it's always paid the city's basic expenses, and we've been able to get by in all areas except large expenditures. And let me tell you why that is. We have the lowest property tax of any city in our area. There's 6 or 7 cities that we compare ourselves to in Gasconade County, and we're by far the lowest. Then we've added, when we compare ourselves to Montgomery City and to New Florence and New Haven, we're still the lowest. Even when if people should decide to vote this bond issue in Proposition Streets, we still aren't going to be the highest. We're not even going to be close to being the highest. Less than half of the highest one. So we are low, and we have done a lot with what we get. But there's another part to it too, and I just have we're going to make a chart for the next meeting. And let me pass a couple of these around, guys. And basically, it's a little chart that shows where the tax money goes. For instance, my taxes are on my house are $1,671. That's what it costs. But Herman only gets $95.51. The rest of the money goes to various other places that are supported by the taxpayers of Herman and their property tax. Of that $1,600, the school district gets over $1,000. And the hospital gets $250. And there are a couple of other ones in here that you can see that, so that of the $1,671 that I pay, Herman only gets $95.51. So that in and of itself, we just don't have a lot of, or any fluff to be paying $300,000 or $400,000 a year extra for streets. We have fixed the water department, so we believe we can fix the water going forward from operations and keep ahead of the street repairs if this proposition passes. We don't have to ask for anything extra for the water. So we'll be able to fix the water ahead of fixing the streets, so we can start right in and work on the streets that don't require water, and fold the other ones in as soon as we get them. Anyway, I thought that was very interesting, and it doesn't give us a lot. These guys up here and all the people before them pay attention to what happens to the money. And rarely, I haven't run across us losing $500,000 or $1 million on anything. Okay, a couple of other things, because we had a meeting and everybody here is having meeting override. This time of the year, it's cold outside, and your utility bills may be higher than last year. If it is, you use more of that particular utility than you did last year, because we have not raised utility rates. If your electric bill is higher, and I mean electric, not your utility bill, but your electric bill, you use more electric. If your water bill is higher, you use more water, and so forth. Utility rates are the only thing that this board and the city can control. We can't control things that affect your utility bills, like how cold it is outside, the outside temperature, insulation in your home, how big your home is, how much water you use, how hot you want to have it, your desired temperature, how much hot water you use. Is your sister here with her 3 kids and they're in the shower constantly? None of that's under the city control, so it's worth calling the city if you think there's a problem and having us check your meter, and we can compare your bill to last year if you don't have the information, and we'd be more than happy to do that. The final Proposition Streets information session will be March 25th, and we will have all the charts, all the city workers, all the graphs, all the details, so you can see the priority 1 streets, and you can see where the high volume is. You can see where the utilities are buried. So you can talk to anybody you want, ask her a specific question. You can see where the money will go, where it comes from, how much interest is going to be paid, how we pay it back, and so forth. So I urge anybody that has questions to come on the 25th of March and get all their questions answered. And that's what I have.
Okay.
Mark, do you have?
Yeah, just a couple of notes on things we're doing with the staff. Working on the flood information and a designated route. We hope to have a map in a GIS format ready soon. Everybody's working on the budget for this next coming fiscal year. Another problem we've had that I finally got some information was evidently some of the lights are out on our Missouri River Bridge that accent the piers. And finally got a hold of MoDOT, and they found some plans and sent them to me, so we know now where those lights are and how to access them, and hopefully we can get that fixed. evidently there's manholes in the sidewalk that you can go down under the bridge and get to these lights. And then my personal condolences to the family of Ronnie Van Boeven. I have served on committees with Ronnie over the years and appreciate his dedication to the citizens of Herman.
Okay, thank you. Let's get started on this, and Dave, we have an ordinance.
The ordinances, first on for second reading is bill number 2019-06. An ordinance to amend the city's zoning code to prohibit banners in the Market Street Parkway and the Gerald Engelman Memorial parking lot areas.
I move it second reading.
One of you, which one? Wait.
You said it first.
Jump in, Brian, go ahead.
Take it.
Okay, we have Bruce for a second. We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried.
Next on for second reading, bill number 2019-08. An ordinance to approve a municipal services material contract by and between the city of Herman, Missouri and Westport Pools for painting and other maintenance of the city of Herman municipal pool.
I make a motion to accept this. Who needs it?
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Resolution, you want to cover that?
The first resolution in your materials is a resolution confirming the Board of Aldermen's intent to not use Proposition State bond proceeds for sidewalks.
And Dave, do you want to explain?
Yeah, I will. Of all the people I've talked to, and it's been quite a few over Proposition Streets trying to give everybody the correct information, the one thing that seems to be a common question, how do we know the money is going to be spent on the streets? Well, inadvertently, for one way or the other, the word sidewalk did get in this. This is not for sidewalks. It was never intended for sidewalks. It will never be used on sidewalks. This resolution tonight is to make that very clear, legally and otherwise, to everyone, that this money is going to be used for the streets and the streets only. Now, curb and guttering is a direct extension of the streets, and there are places where we will fix that, but only where needed. But this money will not be used for anything else. No sidewalks, no parking lots, no hiking and biking trails, only streets. That's what it's for. That's all it will be used for.
Seems clear to me. After that, anybody else want to elaborate on that? Okay,
So was the word sidewalk in the language on the ballot?
yes,
Okay, so when they read that language on the ballot, it's going to state sidewalks.
right. And that's the reason why we want to say this, and why we've said that so many times. No money will be spent on sidewalks. It's in the ballot, it shouldn't have been in the ballot, it got in there, and it is in there, and it's going to be there. But it is not going to be spent for anything except streets.
There are other avenues to get money for sidewalks. This is not one of them.
We wanted to make sure that we actually were very clear on this, and it got in there. And I think that it's not anybody's fault, it just, we discussed it, and we're up against a deadline, and we wanted to get it done with a few days to spare, and we
But
got
the
in.
ordinance now, as it reads, is that the homeowner is responsible for their own sidewalks.
Not necessarily, the city can pay, it's up to the Board of Aldermen to decide on a case-by-case basis who pays.
Okay.
Now, we have done it both ways in the past, and the Board of Aldermen have the privilege of deciding that on a case-by-case basis. Okay. Do I have a motion to accept this resolution?
I move to accept it.
Second?
Someone,
Okay, we have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
And the next resolution is a resolution to authorize the execution of an extension of the city's transportation agreement with Panhandle Eastern Pipeline Company.
If we want natural gas in the city, we have to sign this. This is how we get gas to the city. The most important document on gas we'll ever sign.
Any other discussion on whether we want gas or not? Do I hear a motion to accept this, that we do want gas?
so moved.
Any second? We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have gas. Okay. Old business. Is there any old business? New business?
Could, Mark, could you check and see the pavilion down at the riverfront with all the wind the other
I heard
night?
we had some shingles blown off. I have a note on my desk.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Aren't the JC's gonna put a new roof on that?
They were supposed to last year.
The money hasn't come in.
Yeah. This is a voluntary, the next item of new business, if we're finished with that, you're gonna check it, is a voluntary annexation request by B&H Well Drilling and Pump Service Incorporated for the property located at 409 Sawmill Road. And I've looked into this, Mark's familiar with it. Basically, they want electric, they want a couple of utilities, and they have to be in the city limits. So that's why this is on there. I'm in favor of annexing them because they are a little chunk carved out of our outline, and if we want to go around them, now we have an island. So I would propose that and suggest we accept this. Is there any?
I just had a question. Do we have to zone that piece of property right away then?
Yes.
Okay.
There'll be an ordinance to formally annex the property, and in that ordinance, we ought to go ahead and designate the zoning class that it's in.
What is the rest of it right there?
Industrial, is it I-2? I-1 or I-2, I think. It's over there.
Well, we'll have to do that though, but this is just to bring it up.
Well, just the question is, the business they're in allowable in industrial, but that's not a problem, so.
And the utilities, are they within a reasonable?
They're right there, I think.
The electric is close. We set electric there a while back for the other company, but they couldn't come to it. It's a,
Poles are in?
yeah, they're gonna have to do more poles or some underground, and then the sewer's all the way out to the highway.
How far back? Oh, that's where, so we gotta go the whole way.
If they want to connect to the city sanitary, they'll have to go all the way to the highway to connect.
All the way to the highway?
All the way to the highway.
Yeah, because there's
How far
nothing,
would
nothing here.
Oh, I would thought on the same side of the road, Harvey's and like Calvin's and them would already be put to that.
They are.
No, they're right on the
The
highway.
sewer line runs along the highway.
Yes. It runs along that side of 100.
That's
Do we
ours.
charge for this?
Yes.
Okay, we don't, that doesn't really require anything from us, except that we did discuss it, and I'm assuming that the board is okay with us to.
We have to vote on.
There's an upcoming public hearing at the planning and zoning, and then it'll come back to the board for a public hearing as well.
I don't think we have to vote.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, any other new business? Okay, minutes. Do you like them? You want to change them? I don't think we can throw them out.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. Invoices for payment.
I move we pay the bills.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Bills are paid. We have item C, municipal corporate quick claim deed for 1313 Gutenberg. Trish, is this a normal tidying up of affairs?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Conditional use permit, Rick Axum and Wanda Perkins, unoccupied guest house at 428 West 7th Street. Marlon, have we had any issues there?
Honestly, this is one of those places, this didn't come up occasionally, I wouldn't even know there was a guest house there. It's quiet as you're gonna get. I move to approve.
For a second? Okay. We're not giving her a chance.
If you don't speak up.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Doesn't jump in. Wasn't yesterday the day of the woman or something? That was which city?
An international woman.
That's right.
Oh, it doesn't count.
I missed that too.
No, I didn't.
It
Just
encompasses
did all that.
everybody.
Yeah, I'd be careful.
Better watch out because there are a bunch of women here, right, ladies?
There they are. They're all watching. Okay, conditional use permit, Fernway Distilling Company, Andrew Weiss, outdoor liquor consumption at number 4 Schiller Street.
I would like to make a motion to approve that.
Do we have a second to the?
Second.
All right. We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Conditional use permit renewal, 10 Mill Restaurant, Jim Deerberg, outdoor liquor consumption at 315 East First Street.
I will move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's approved. Amended easement deed request from Jeff and Janice Schmidt. We know him,
Never heard of it.
I think he used to play an instrument or something.
something.
He wasn't a bass player or anything.
Bobby Mountain Boy.
Yeah, he was.
He was a bass player?
He was.
Oh.
Okay. All kidding aside, are there any questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the easement.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Congratulations.
And you get to argue about it.
Why the heck do you want to do this, Jeff?
I have two questions.
It's too
One,
late.
as far as the filing with the county, is that something Dave does? I hire an attorney for? How does the actual document get modified?
We have an easement deed here that is just like the first easement deed that you received, except the legal description has been changed per the edits that you made to the legal description.
Okay,
This will be signed by Mayor Kerber and by Tricia, and then this document will need to be recorded. I would suggest we go ahead and sign this and notarize it, or have it notarized, and then just hand it to Mr. Schmidt. You can take it on up to the Recorder of Deeds office and pay them $27, and they'll record it right there on the spot.
works for me.
Okay.
The other question, because I don't know if I'm gonna start it this year or not, doing the other side of the driveway, is that part of 4th Street in the street plan, that far up?
Not the first phase.
Okay. So basically, get with the street department, put in the same curb and gutter that lines up with what I've got, and go for that.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
We'll just change the plat when we record it.
Can we, you got it? Okay. Hire Aaron, is it Reimer? Reimer, sorry. Hire Aaron Reimer for Park Department laborer position.
Make motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion made and seconded of that in. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Reimer's hired. Approved reappointment of Mary Kusman to the Tourism Commission.
Make motion we approve.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Caterer permit for Hermanoff Incorporated, doing business as 10 Mill Brewery, Worst Fest, former Pomida Building at 513 Market Street, March 23rd and 24th, 2019.
I will move to approve.
I'll second.
All right. We have a motion made and duly seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. There being no reports, boards or commissions, no citizen comments. We are finished. We're going to go into closed session. And do I have a motion for that?
I move we adjourn open session and go into closed session for the purpose of discussion related to negotiations for a contract pursuant to Missouri statutes.
Need a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we need a voice vote down at...
Aye.
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 We're now in closed session.
This is just a blank copy if you'd like to review that too, and then we'll sign it and get it recorded and.
Give me a call, pick it up.
This is what happened when you let the musician build a wall, they built it their own way, that's why.
Yeah,
I told you we're gonna take
Thanks.
along.
You're right.
thanks, Jeff.
Is that your jacket? Yeah.
Thank you.